Any
Torah portion, Chumash and Rashi.
Are you online with the Chumash and Rashi?
Yes.
With us, Facebook or
YouTube.
So for breakfast.
Or YouTube?
We're gonna do the breakfast.
What do you mean YouTube?
We are.
Hi.
We are.
Yeah. It's live. The whole world's listening to you right now.
YouTube?
That's okay.
Chumash and Rashi, Torah portion, Vayeira. The third reading. Chapter 19, verse number 1. We're going to get into some ooh-la-la-la. Vayavo, when they came, Shnei Hamalachim, two angels, Daima, to Sodom. Be'erev, in the evening. Veloit Yeshiv Bishar Sdoim, and Lot, who's the nephew of Avraham, he's sitting at the gate of Sodom. V'yar Lot, and Lot saw, V'yakom, and he got up, he crossed him to greet them, Yishtachu Apai Martha, and he bowed to the ground, face to the ground. Rashi, in number 1. Shnei, so Rashi picks up on why there are two angels, right? There was 3 angels that went to Avram. What's the 2 now? Echad lashli is a stone. One comes to destroy stone. Remember, angels can only do one mission at a time. So there's 2 here. One is coming to destroy stone. Right? And the other one is coming to save Lot. 2 different missions. And the one that came to save Lot, that came to save Lot, is the same one who came to cure and to bring a healing to Avram. Vashlishi, and the 3rd angel who visited Avram, Shabal Levasir Sarah, he came to inform Sarah that she would give birth. Since he carried out his mission, Nistalik Loi, he left, he departed. Right? That's why there's only 2 here. Davar Acher, an alternative explanation, Eitzel Avram, in connection to Avram, Shekeichei Gadol, that his spiritual power is great. The angels would frequently be found by him, Kanashim, as were men. Karam Anashim, he called them men. Eitzel Loi, but in connection to Loi, Karam Malachim, they're called angels. Wow. It's interesting. Because what I don't get over here is it's 2 different explanations. One is on the word two, right? And okay, no, I'm sorry. I you know what? I think I skipped something. Malachim, but above it says Karam Anashim. I'm sorry. I skipped a bit of a, I guess no one picked up on it, that I skipped the first part of the Rashi. Karam Anashim, here, they're called men by Avram, because the divine presence was with them. Karam Anashim, they were called men. But here, right, Rashi is picking up on the word why they're called angels. Before they were called men. So first explanation is because before the divine presence was with them, and now the divine presence isn't with them, so they're called angels. Right. Alternative explanation comes up from angels were always by him like men, and by Lot, they're called angels because this was unique, that they were by him.
Is it because Abraham wouldn't have to feed them if he knew it's their angel?
No, it's because they were like men, that men were always by him. Angels were always by him. In other words, he was a holy person, so angels always frequented him, like people always frequented him. That's what
he wanted to do the mitzvah of Achnasah with him. So
yeah, but that's not what Rashi's saying.
he did see angels.
But that again, Rashi is explaining on the word. Why is the word here malachim and earlier it was kanashim, right? Is because the angels by him were like people, Meaning, just like people were always frequently around him, angels were also frequently around him. That's, Be'erev, in the evening. Ki kol kach shayu hamalachim. Did the angels take so long to travel from Chevron to Sodom? So they would have gone quickly. They're angels after all. But these were angels of compassion, of mercy. And they delayed. Maybe Avram will have a defense for the people of Sodom. Wow, interesting. The Lot Yeshe B'Shar Stoim, and Lot was sitting at the gate of Stoim. So it doesn't say Yoshev, it says Yashav, because there isn't a vav there. So it says Yashav, he sat. What does that mean, he sat? Was he sitting or he sat? Thank you. So they appointed him a judge over judges on that day. He was appointed as the chief judge of the court on that day. And that's why it means Yashav. He sat, meaning he sat like a judge because he was appointed as a chief judge, right? This is where we learn to, about the chief justice, L'chaim. Yar Lloyd, and Lloyd saw Mibes Avram Lamad. Where did he get this from? How come he saw and he went and did? Because he learned from Avram. Lachzer alorchim, to seek out guests. Wow. See, some things he was affected, and he did, righteous things as his uncle. Okay, verse number 2. Vayeira, and he said, Lot said to them, Hine, behold, no Adnai, please, my master, Suru, turn about, no el beisa avdachem, to the house of your servant, Helinu, and lie down, berachatzu, and then you'll wash up, raglechem, your feet. Ishkamtem, and then you'll wake up early, v'halachtem, and then you'll go on your way, ledarkechem, on your path. And they responded to him, Eloi, no. We will sleep in the square, in the city. Rashi number 2. Hine no adnai, behold my lords, hine no atem adinimli, behold your lords to me. Because you passed by my way. Right, that alone is what made you my masters. Interesting, huh? So that's one explanation. Alternatively, what he's saying, behold now, slave, you need to be careful. Because there's wicked people in this town. That they shouldn't notice you. And this was proper advice. And there's behold now is folks, you're here. Earth to eggs, earth to eggs. Yeah. The eggs takes I say the eggs take over. L'chaim. They take over so much and no one heard even what I just said. Yeah, a head in galoshes is one thing, but anyway. So, in other words, this very emphasis, behold now, is he's giving an emphasis to them, be careful. You're amongst the evil people. Suru, no, turn about, please. Akmu is a derech lebesi, wind your way to my house. Derech kalosoin, by a wind-about road, that people should notice that you're entering my house. That's why he says turn about. Bereshis Rabbah, as it says in the Medrash. Others, people shouldn't see that you came directly into my home because that would cause problems. See the order over here. First spend the night, then wash your feet. This is the practice of people. First, they would stay overnight. And afterwards, they would wash up. And further, that this is phrased as an invitation in this order. Why? Because Avram first told them, wash your feet first. And only afterwards did he invite them to come rest. But Lloyd said to himself, when they come to my house, if I will tell them right away, wash your feet. And she's saying when the people of Sodom will come, and they will see that already they had washed their feet. They're going to slander me. They're going to say, 2 or 3 days have already passed when these people came to your house and you didn't let us know, like they didn't sign the city registrar. I made that up, but you didn't let us know that you got guests over here. That's why Lloyd said to himself, Mutav Shisakvu Khan. Better that they should linger here, with the dust on their feet. That it should appear as this they just came. That's why he first said, spend the night. And only afterwards, before you take leave in the morning, wash your feet. Wow. Very interesting.
What's the story was on this? The feet
Yeah, I don't know. It's an Vayeira Zorah. I don't know. I don't know what kind of Vayeira Zorah.
That's why Abraham washed their.
That's what he's saying. Yeah, but here he's saying a little differently than before, right? Here it's more of a schus, right? So yeah.
How long was it since Lot has moved to Sodom?
How long?
He living there.
When they separated.
It's about 14, 15 years.
14, 15 years.
Yeah, something like that.
This is yesterday.
Okay, but and they said no. They responded no. But Avram they said, Cain says, so we shall do. Mikan, from here we learn that you may refuse an offer from someone who is not so important. But someone who is an important person, you do not refuse their request. We will spend the night in the square. Hare ki, the word ki over here, Mishamish B'Lashon Ella, means rather. Sha'amru, they said, we will not turn about to go to your home, Ella, but in the square of the city, Nolim, we will spend the night.
So does that mean no, ask me again? Ask me more?
That's a good question because that's what happens. Let's see. Rashi doesn't say that.
Because why would they say no when certainly it would be discovered in the city square that they want to do it in everybody's face? They want to show, because they know what.
Remember they're angels. Remember they're angels, right?
Well, yeah,
I remember they're angels, right?
right.
So I don't think they're worried for themselves. So to
But
be
they're worried for their mission.
right. I don't know. Good question.
Why would you answer no? Because the only reason I answer no is like, ask me until I agree.
Yeah. Because look what it says next. You're right. And he pleaded in them very much so, right?
It's a city streets, not city square.
But anyway, whatever. It
Square is
translates it.
big.
But whatever, it translates it. And it translates it as square in English. Yasuru, and they turned a love towards him, and they came El Beisai to his home. So he pleaded very strongly, and they obliged. Right? So good question. Like, why did they give in? V'yaslem mishta, and he made for them a mishta feast. O matzos of v'yechelu, and they baked matzahs and they ate. Rashi v'yakum elav.
Wow.
Rashi number 3 v'yasur elav, and they turned towards him. They wound their way l'tzad besod in the direction of the south. Matzahs offered they baked matzahs. Pesach was Pesach.
We learned it from Sarah. So now it's
No, now that's how we know that previously.
reinforcing.
That's I'm wondering if it's reinforcing or if this is the proof that to before.
Yeah, that's what
Not reinforcing, it's the proof.
It's a proof.
It's the proof. Right. I think it's the proof.
Knowledge.
Right. And it makes sense because Be'erev, they were by the day by Avram, and they came in the evening of the same day. So that's a proof that it was Pesach.
Yeah.
That's how we know. Remember, we had the question, how do we know? We knew that it was a special day, but why Pesach? Why not Rosh Hashanah? Why not some other day? This is the proof now. Look at that. We have to wait for the answer. Why Rashi didn't say that, I'm not certain. Okay, verse number 4. Terem, before Yishkovu, that you lie down, the Anshe Ya'ir, and the men of the city. Anshe Stoim, the men of Stoim. Nasabu alabayis, that they will encircle the house. Minar Ba'adzokin. Sorry, Terem, before they were able even to lie down. Remember, that was the first thing he was given there. What happened? The men of the city, the men of Staim, the Sabu, they encircled alabais to the house, minar, from lad, meaning from young, vadzokin, to the elders, kolaam, the entire people, mikotze, from end, meaning like from end to end. Rashi at number 4, so before they were able to lie down, the townspeople, the people of Stoim. So obviously there needs to be some kind of explanation because it's kind of repetitive, right? You're saying the people of the city, the people of Stoim. I mean, what does that mean? So he brings out before they lay down. The townspeople. Bifihem that they were in the mouths of the ancients, in other words, who were spoken by them. For they were asking light. Mativam. What's the nature? What's their conduct, their actions? And he would say to them, most of them are wicked. And still, while they're speaking about them, the people of Stoim. So this is how the Midrash explains it, right? Which is not exactly simple meaning, but the simple meaning of these words are Anshe Air, when the townspeople, Anshe Rasha, that are evil people, in the Sabu Zabayas, they surrounded the house, Al Shahayu Rishoim, because they were wicked, they cry Anshe Stoim, that's why they call the people of Stoim. The verse says, Anshe Stoim, Roim Bechatoim, that the people of Stoim, that they were wicked and sinful. We learned that previously. In other words, because they were. And so, in other words, the men of the people of the town is, who are these people? Wicked people. These are our wicked people, though. How do you call wicked people? People of Stoim. Al kola amikotzi, the people from the end. What does that mean? Miksei ha'ir, from one end of the city, kotze, until the other end. She'ein echad meicha biyadam. There wasn't one person who protested that they were gathering around Lot's home. Shafilu tzadik echad ein b'hem. There wasn't even one righteous person. Avram asked for 10. There wasn't even one. Verse number 5. Okay, we got a lot to do. And they called out for Lloyd, Vayeira, and they said to him, Lloyd to him, Aye hanashim, where are these men? That they came to you, halayla, this evening, or this night, actually. Bring them out to us. And we will know them. What does it mean you will know them? I mean, know them. Well, we're going to have some coffee and get to know them. Rashi says, we'll know them, Mishka Zohar, homosexual relations. The Neda, because the word Neda comes from, we have not known a man, meaning not having connection, meaning connection means sexual relations. Got it? Verse number. And light went out to them, right? They're in the house, they're speaking, from the outside, and now light is going outside. Pescha, he's going out the entrance. Havadela sagar acharav, and he locked the door behind him. Vayeira, and he said, Alna achai teira'u. My Alna, please not, my brothers, to do evil. Don't do evil. Don't do wrong. Verse number 8. No Rashi's on those two. Hine, behold. No, please. Li shtei banas. I have 2 daughters. I don't get this verse at all, and well, but anyways. Asher lo yadu ish, that did not know a man. Right? In other words, they weren't married. They were engaged, actually, we'll say. No as him. Please bring them out. I will bring them out, rather. Aleichem to you. And do that which is good in your eyes. But to these men, don't do anything. Because this is why they've come in the shelter of my home, of my roof, actually. Wow, that's kind of crazy. What kind of father is that exactly? These.
About that too.
Yep. I mean, come on, Ela, like these. Al Kain, Ki Al Kain Bo, for the inasmuch as this is what they came. Do this favor for me. Respect for me. Al Asher Bo, inasmuch as they have come, B'tel Kairosi, under the shelter of my roof. Targum B'terem Sheirusi, B'tel Sheirus B'tel Kairosi, and Targum Al Kaira Sheirusa. The translation of Keira means a roof beam. Rashi doesn't even pick up on it. Like, like what's going on over here? Why would he do that? I don't get it.
The greatness of welcoming guests from Avram Avinu, but he's corrupt. So he takes it so far that it becomes a corruption.
I guess. Okay. Number 9. Vayeira, and they said, they responded to him, Gesh Hala, move away. Right? Vayeira, and they said, Ha'echad, one of them, Ba'al Agur, you came to sojourn, the Ishbait Shafut, and you act like a judge. Ata, now, Nara Lacha Mehem, we will do bad, evil to you from them. In other words, worse than to them. Vivtzur Ba'ish, and they pressed the man, Baloit, Mo'oid, in light, very much so, right? They pressed him. The Yigashu Lishbar Adelis, and they approached to break the door. Okay, number 9 in Rashi. The Yoimru Gash Hala, and they said, approach away, move away, like Karav Lahala, go over there. Kalaima, in other words, it's Nadim, move to the side. The word doesn't exactly say it, but Rashi's explaining that that's what they're saying. Distance yourself from us. Likewise, every instance that the word hala in the Torah is used in Lashon Richa means a distance. Kamei zera hala, throw away. Hine chetzi mimcha v'hala, an arrow is beyond you. Gesh v'hala. He's just giving the examples. Balash and Laz, and in Old French is Tareit deno. Medaben nezifa. It's an expression of contempt. Loimar. We pay no attention to you. We see similar to that. Tigashbi, approach yourself. Do not draw near to me. In other words, it's a lesson of contempt towards a person. He's just giving different examples if we see that. He's just giving, I don't know why he's giving so many examples. Shavasa Lagur, the Ishbad Shafut, and Asis Mechiach Yisanu. Okay. Anyway, he's just bringing proof of different instances. Next Rashi, Adelis, he Asayvevis, that which turns Lino to lock out, the liftayach, and to open. Meaning the door handle. That's what they, right? And these men, they sent, meaning they stretched out their hand. And they stretched out their hands and they pulled Lloyd towards themselves into the house. And they closed the door. And the men who were at the entrance of the house, hiku bisan veirim. They were smitten with blindness. Mikatam al gadol, from young to old. V'yilu limtzai hapesa, and they tried to find the entrance to find the entrance. They couldn't find the entrance. They were blinded now. Okay, we're at number 11. Pesach. Hu means the space shebein nichnasim, where people enter into the house v'yotzim, right? The threshold of the house. Bisan veirim, with blindness. Makas ivarai. It's an affliction of not being able to see. Mikatnavad gadol, from small to great. Haktanim hischila ba'avera tchila. Why from small to great? Why not from? Why did it start with the young, not with the old first? So Rashi says that the small one started the sin. Shenemar says has been about zokin, from young to old. The fika hischila haparoni is mehem. That's why the punishment began with them.
So what's the young it's what corrupted the all at once?
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I guess, yeah. Like Pesach said, it continues that custom, right? Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oops. Number 12. Vayeimru. And they said, Anashim, these men said, Eloi Taloi, Oid. Further, Mi Lachapo, who else is here? Besides, who else is here besides his wife and 2 daughters? That they knew, right? Chasan, is there a son-in-law? Vanecha, sons, meaning it says here grandsons, but Vanesecha, and granddaughters. Chol asher lacha ba'ir, or anyone else that's in the city. Hoitzi mina makom, get them out here. It's interesting that they made this, demand now when they were kind of blinded. So, right, what's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, no, you know why I got confused? Yeah, exactly. That confused me. And Rashi doesn't pick up on it. I guess because that's how they've been known, except for the first time they came, they were called, yeah.
What is it? Like, because in this translation they have the man inside the lot.
Yeah, well, that's not part of it. That's not that's added. That's not the translation.
It's a blood.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, who else is here? The simple meaning is who else do you have in the city? Besides your wife, and your daughters who are living at home, which they were aware of, right? Do you have a son-in-law, a son, or a daughter? If you have a son-in-law, so sons and daughters, remove them from this place. It's interesting here in the translation, it say grandsons and granddaughters, but Rashi doesn't say that. Right? Oh, this maybe you have other children that are not at home, right? They moved out of the house. Or whatever, right? Your sons, oh, now Rashi says. Okay, interesting. Now he says. Sorry, I spoke too early. Right? B'nei secha hanisuya is the sons of your married daughters. That's first explanation. Midrash Agada. The Agada explains oid. What does it mean? Still, like oid. Further, still. Since they're doing such an obscenity and a disgrace over here, who do you have to any rationalization, Lamed Seguria Alehem, to present a defense on their behalf. Shekol Chalil Chol Alayla, because the whole night Hayamelis Alem Tevis. He was advocating points for their advantage. Kariba, read as Mi Lacha Pei, who Mi Lacha Peh, who has a mouth now. Wow, interesting. In other words, the angels are saying, do you have a mouth now to open up for in their benefit? Now, how you could say this, it doesn't make sense to me. Why? Because before he said that they were wicked. So why would he be telling them all about the wonderful people that's in Stein? Lloyd wouldn't be doing that. Why would he be doing that? How does he get that? You follow my question? Pesach? No, no one got it. Okay. No, Milacha Poi. He says Milacha Peh, who has a mouth to justify anything about them, right? To be Malamed Chuz, to find favor about them after what just happened. But how is it the whole night he was speaking about their good, when the first thing he said to them that they're evil people? That's why you have to go come in a roundabout way, and that's why you have to go to sleep first, and then you'll wash in the morning. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. How Rashi says that.
He's the head justice, right? He's the head justice. He doesn't want to give up his position.
Yeah, but he already said that they're evil. He said they're evil people. That was the first thing he said. He said they're evil, the first thing, right? Yes, and all of a sudden now he's praising them? Now the whole night he was praising them? Anyway, okay, 13. Let's move on. Because we are going to destroy this place, this place, because great is the crying out of Hashem before Hashem, Hashem, and Hashem has sent us to destroy it. Rashi, nothing. 14. And Lot went out, and he spoke to his son-in-laws, like who were taking his daughters. And he said, "Kum, let's get up, let's go. From this place. Hashem is because Hashem is going to destroy the city. And he was like a joke in the eyes of his son-in-law. Rashi, Chason of his son-in-law, his two daughters were engaged by ear in the city. Like they took his daughter they were arusais. Arusais means engaged, not married. That's why they were still in the house. Okay. 15. And it was by dawn. This was at nighttime. Allah, when the dawn arose, broke. And the angels urged, they urged Lot to say, Kum, get up, Kach, take your wife, and your two daughters, that are found, meaning found here, lest you also will be wiped up with the sin of the city. It's time to get up. 15. Rashi in 15. Vayitzu, they urged. Kitakuma, this is understood according to Onkeles. They pressed. And hurried him. That are found. That are available to you, but bias in the house. To save them. In other words, it's now. We ain't going to find anybody else in the city to save. It's right now, right here. And Midrash and there's Agadic interpretations of it. Yeshuva B'Mikra that fit in with the simple meaning, but he doesn't give what they are. Tisafe, that you will be wiped away, obliterated. Tiya Kala, that you'll be annihilated. Ad Taim Kol Hador, until it'll be demised in the entire generation. Miturgam, as Unkelis translates it, the whole Dora, till the entire generation perished. I don't get that. Avram was still alive, and there were people alive outside of Sodom and Gomorrah. I know it means a whole generation. It means a whole generation from Sodom. Maybe that's what it means. V'yismama, and they delayed. V'yachaziku anashim b'yadei, and the men grabbed them in their hands. B'yad ishtei, and they also took in their hands his wife. B'yad shtei, in the hand they took the two daughters. V'chemlas Hashem alav, with the compassion of Hashem upon them, upon him. V'yitzu, and they took them out. V'yanichu, and they placed them outside of the city. V'yamama, he was delayed. Kadei lahatzil's women. He wanted to save his money. Right? V'yachziku, and the men grasped them, held on to them. Echad mehem hayam shaliach. One of them was emissary latzila to save him. Vayeira, and his friend lapach stoim was to overturn stoim. Remember, they both had to. The kaf nema, that's what it says. Himale, that's what he says. He, singular, flee. Nemar, the yomer, that they said. Yeah, but it says v'yachziku. They held on to. That's plural. Okay. So doesn't explain that. It was when they placed them outside. Outside. But Yomer, he said, Himole, run, flee. Al navshecha, for your life. Al tabe, do not look acharecha, backwards. Don't look back. Al talmid b'chol hakikar, and do not stop anywhere on the plain. Ahara himole, to the mountains you shall flee. Pentisafe, lest you be obliterated. Wow. Rashi, lengthy Rashi here. Himolet al nafshecha, flee for your life. Dayecha lehatzil nefesh, is enough that you save your lives. Al tachas al mamon, don't have pity on your money. Al tabed acharecha, and don't look behind you. Because you did evil with them. And it's only in the merit of Avraham that you're being saved. You don't deserve to be saved on your own. It's only Avraham. Therefore, you don't deserve to see their punishment. And while you're being saved. The entire plain Kikar Yarden, this is the plain of Jericho, where this happened. Go to the mountains, Avram Barach, flee to Avram, Shu Yeshe Bahar, because he's living at the mountain. Shenemar, as the verse says, Yatik Misham Ahara, that he relocated to the mountain. Afakshav, and now too, Hayeshe Sham, he was living there. Shenemar, as the verse says, Mokum Asher Haya, Shamayela B'Tchila, where Avram, his tent was from the first. Even though Avraham, that he pitched his tent in the plains of Mamre, he had many tents, they extended all the way to Hebron, and they were by the mountain. Okay. This means an expression of slipping away. Anytime this word is used in Torah, and in Old French is oh boy, es miyutzior. Lachein v'imoled zochar, he shall send forth the male. So Nishma is giving different examples of that. This word, what this word means. Kein arechem, tzipor nevelota, nevelota, b'lo yichol maled masa. Okay, Nishma is going. Okay, number 18. Al nod. Adnai, now, please, my Lord. Oh, sorry. Yomer lights Aleim, and he lights him now. Al na Adnai. Please, God, no. Rashi 18. What's he saying? Al na Adnai. Rabbi Sina Amar, our sages said, Sheshem Zeh Kodesh, that this name is God's divine name. Holy. Shenemar, because it says, Lachi is nafshi, to save my life. Mishi yesh biyada, the one who can save his life. Laham is to bring death. Lachi is to keep alive. That's God. Ketargumai. Hashem, I beseech you now, Hashem. No, please not. I'll tell you, don't tell me mother to go to the mountain. No, Lashon B'kasha is a request. Okay, we're going to finish, folks. Let's go quick. Number 19. 2 more verses. Yeah. Behold, your servant has found, if your servant has found favor in your eyes, may your kindness be great that you do with me, to give life to my soul. But I'm not able to run to the mountains, to flee the mountains, lest the evil will attach myself and I will die. Let's see Rashi. 19. Lest the evil will attach myself. When I was next to the people of Stoim, he would see my deeds, and the deeds of the people in the city. And I look righteous compared to them. Therefore I was worthy to be saved. But I'm going to come next to the righteous person, Avram. I'm going to look relative to him as a wicked person. So that the woman that Tzarfasis say to Elijah the prophet, I've come to you to call attention to my sin until you came to me. Before you came to me, he saw my actions, God, I mean that of my people. Tzadek is b'neihem, and I was righteous among them. But when you came next to me, the female secha, relative to your deeds, ani rasha, I'm wicked. Last verse, number 20. And behold, there was the police. There's a city that's close by. Lo neshama to run there, to flee there. And it is small. No shama, please that I should flee there. It is it not small? He nafshi, and let my soul live. Rashi number 20. Lengthy. True, the Shiva sits inhabited is recent, is Yavshi Mikorim. It has been inhabited recently. Therefore, therefore, the full measure of their sin to be worthy of destruction has not come. So what does it mean that it's near? Relative to what it was recently inhabited. Midora Floga, from the generation of the Tower of Babel. The people became disunited. They began to sell different places. People began to settle not together. And that was from the time of the death of Peleg. But from that point until now, it was 52 years. Peleg because Peleg died in the 48th year of Avram's life. Kate said, how do we know that? Peleg died after he gave birth to Ru. 209 years. Go and subtract 32 years. That's Rug. When Srug was born to Ru. Misrug, and from Srug, until Nachor was born. Subtract 30 subtract 30 years. You have 62 years now. Right? And from Nachor ad Shenoila Terach until Terach was Tesha, there's 29 years. You have 91 years from when Re'u until the birth of Terah. They're leaving 118 years until the Dora Flaga. Until Avram was from the Shivim for 70 years. So you have 161 years out of the 209 years that he elapsed from the time of the birth of Re'u until the death of his father Peleg. So 10 lahem are boyim, which going to give 48 years, because you have 209. That's what we conclude, that Avram was 48 years old when Peleg died. And that year was the year of the disunion. And when Sodom was destroyed, Avram ben Tisha v'Teisha Shani was 99, so 48 from 99, already Medora Plaga. So you have 52 years. Tzayar Achrei Yeshiva Stein, and the inhabitants of Tzayar came later after that of Stein, Chaver Secha of the fellow cities, Shana Achas, a year later, Vihi Shenemar, that's what it says, Imalet Na, let me go, Imalet is the gematria of 51, which is the 51 years. Wow, I'm not going to go over that again. Is it not small? When I say muatim, their sins are small. That's what it means. I'll be able to spare it. My soul will live, but in it. That's the Medrash explanation. The simple meaning, is it not small? There's very few people there, and therefore you're not going to be so mindful of it and be concerned about it, and you will spare it, and therefore I will be able to live. In other words, Sodom was a huge city, and there were a lot of sinners, so therefore, that you had to take care of it. A small city